Welcome back everyone to another episode of Landmark. In today's episode, I'll introduce you to Mega Voxels. I'll also show you a couple of new designs you can achieve using these Mega Voxels. Stay tuned. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today's episode is all about Mega Voxels. I'm not sure if you caught the live stream the other day with Dave Georgeson letting us know about these Mega Voxels. I'm sure some of you have come across them already in your travels. You may have seen something on the forums or other video tutorials. But this is the first time I've heard of this concept, and during the live stream is the first time I actually saw it in action. So let's just jump right in here and take a look on how to create these guys. Okay, so for some of the examples I've got, and if you didn't see the live stream, the bigger cubes here are sort of the default Mega Voxel size. And the ones on the floor here are sort of these really thin panels you can throw down. And you can see by placing them, you get these really nice looking grout lines that are nice and thin. The only downside is they sort of behave like micro voxels, where you're going to end up getting this puckering thing going on. But once you throw down like something for an entire floor, you probably won't notice it as much. And I also went ahead and started experimenting with these guys. And I started ending up with these sort of pyramid looking shapes. And I got varying sizes with that. And those look pretty cool. That can really help to add some nice minute detail. So let's take a look at how to construct these guys. Alright, constructing these guys is actually pretty easy. So the first thing we want to do is just start with a default voxel size. And just showing you guys the default shapes that I sort of started with and the results I ended up with. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So we start with a default voxel. I'm going to shift click and just bring it up a little bit. Alright, there we go. And then again, to make a micro voxel, just grab your selection tool and smooth this guy down twice. And there we go. We got our default micro voxel size here. Next thing I'm going to do is come back again with my add tool, my default voxel size. And I'm just going to bring this guy up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy and paste this micro voxel. This is basically where all the magic happens. Wherever you place this micro voxel is going to dictate the shape you're going to end up with. So for the default sort of Mega Voxel, you want to start here in the middle. You basically want to go in all four corners in all dimensions, so X, Y, and Z. So we're going to go up in one, we're going to go over one, and then over one. Then we're going to hit that corner. And go to the corner closest to me. Then go down a little bit. We'll hit that corner. And we'll hit this one. And that one, and we'll make sure we get the back side here. And just double check to make sure I hit that back one. There we go. And there's a default sort of Mega Voxel. And what's really cool about this is if you go ahead and hit the selection tool, and we copy and paste this guy. I'll just move it over here so you guys can see it. We don't have those micro voxels showing up when we copy and paste, which is really nice. So we'll go ahead and copy and paste this guy again and go ahead and rotate it to make sure you can actually see the correct size of this thing. And I'm just going to line it up a little bit over here so you guys can see the design I made earlier. And we'll just copy it up a little bit. And there we go. So you can see the results you start getting with this is actually pretty damn cool. There's some really nice, really thin negative space going on, which is it's a really nice way to add that small, fine detail. And of course, if you start experimenting with this guy and start placing this in different areas, you're going to get different results. So if I place one here, you can see we start cutting in and we start getting some really cool diagonal shapes. But then if we also paste it right next to it without going one extra step over, if we just paste in, we can actually extend the length of this voxel, this Mega Voxel. As you can see, we start getting some cool results. Okay, to get this shape, it's actually a little bit easier. We're going to have, there's not as many steps involved with getting this shape here. So we're going to come back and we're going to go to a default voxel here. I'm going to shift click, go to tweak mode so you guys can see this close enough to us. Alright, we'll throw that down. Then we'll come over here and copy and paste our micro voxel again. And this time we're going to go to the four corners, but we're not going to go all the way down, and we're going to keep it flush. We're not going to go one up or one below. So we're just going to hit these four corners. And there we go. Now we got this nice flat sort of tile shape. And then the nice thing, again, just like the default Mega Voxel, is if we just select it here in the middle and then copy and paste it. I'm going to go back into tweak mode so you guys can see this. And we'll just paste it. And there you go. We don't have those 4 micro voxels on the corner. And we get something nice and clean. So if we go ahead and copy this guy and then paste it into our floor here. I'm just going to rotate it so we can see it. There we go. We do get a little bit of the puckering, but we do start getting that nice sort of grout effect. And again, if you come in and copy and paste this guy into different areas, you're going to get different sorts of designs. Let's go something like right here. Something up there, something like that. So you guys can start seeing, you start getting some interesting little designs. The only downside, again, is the puckering. You might be able to get around that if you had sort of a micro voxel floor already, and you started pasting these guys. That might work. Definitely have to experiment with that a little bit. Alright, and for this shape here, this pyramid shape, I went back and created a default Mega Voxel size, and then I just added another micro voxel right here in the middle. And that gave us this shape here. And then when I copy and paste it, we end up with this result here. I'll show you guys real quick how to do that. Just going to come back and select our default voxel. We'll copy and paste this guy. Copy and select the micro voxel. And again, the Mega Voxel default shape is you want to go one up. First, get everything nice and synced up. You want to go one up and then just hit all 4 corners on all sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste again real quick and put this guy right in the middle. And there we go. It's a pretty funky looking helicopter type shape, but we're going to go ahead and select this guy. And then we're going to paste it. And we're just going to rotate it so you guys can see the shape. And we'll bring this closer to us. And there we go. And then for the smaller one over here, it's pretty much the same process. This one's actually super easy. We're just going to go ahead and take the regular default voxel size. I'll paste this guy over here. And then we'll select the micro voxel. All I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up here with the exact center of the default voxel size. And I'm just going to go one up. And there we go. Now we've got a smaller pyramid. And if we copy and paste it, and we end up with something that looks like this. And one other trick I'll show you guys is I went ahead and made this whole row of the Mega Voxel sort of pyramids here. I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. Then what I went ahead and did was I selected these guys again, and I just moved my selection down. And then I came in with my add tool and then just added that detail in there. And you can see how it shrunk down the base of these guys. And we end up with something much finer and much smaller as far as the pyramid size goes. Alright folks, that'll about do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this first look at Mega Voxels. As always, I'll leave a couple links in the video description below. And if you enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. And if you got a question, feel free to leave one in the comment section below as well. Till next time, everybody, take care.